A strike is not over for some Legacy Health employees after union members rejected the company's latest contract proposal to advance practice providers. The strike began earlier this month after more than a year of contract negotiations. Union members voted Tuesday on the contract proposal. 90% of them rejected the tentative agreement. The group, which includes nurse practitioners, physician associates, and clinical nurse specialists, claim the proposal hasn't changed much since the strike began. They cite a 10% gap in wages compared to other hospitals. Healthcare workers say they will stay on the picket line until a fair agreement is reached. A representative at Legacy sent a statement following the vote, saying in part, while this is not the outcome we'd hoped for, we respect the voting process and the voices of union members. We are committed to continuing constructive dialogue with union leadership and returning to the bargaining table soon. We believe we can reach an agreement.